Danny March, private arm of the law, and his crusade against crime.
I'm Danny March, private eye, with headquarters in Metro City. I stood in the doorway of the room in back of the barber shop. Inside, I could see Joseph in the big mirror, grinning, waiting. I took stock of the situation, as it behooves a man who wants to go on living. The mighty midget couldn't lead me to Gus Hannon if I put a bullet in him, and there was a good chance I'd be on the receiving end. I thought of Reggie out in the barber shop, holding an empty gun on Gussie and Tom.
You don't know what I know, Thomas. There are no bullets in that gun. If there were, he would have shot when you tried to get March with this razor. So after him, Thomas.
Okay, you...
Take care of this clown after he's had a good spin, Thomas. Then get in the back and help Joseph. This roughhouse is a little too public for me. I've got my reputation to think of.
How do you like the ride, mister?
Huh? What? Hey, what happened to him? Where's Gussie? Criminally, she lamped out. And Danny said for me to follow her. Oh, I'm still dizzy. I better do like he said. See where she goes.
While Reggie was making up his mind, the wrong way as usual, I came to a decision, too. Hey, you in there, little Joseph, why don't you get smart?
I could ask you the same thing.
I don't like you or Gussie any more than I like snakes in my bed, and you're no business of mine. I'm just interested in Gus Hannon. Why get yourself hurt on account of him?
You're losing your nerve, huh? How long are you going to keep this up, March?
A reasonable question deserves a ready answer. I slammed the door back against the wall. The shot in the mirror drew Joseph off guard. Before he could recover, I had hold of his wrist, wrenching the gun away. To take the starch out of him, I heaved around and sent him across the room with a judo flip. But Joseph had plenty of starch. It was my turn to be surprised. He came sailing back through the air, head first. Ooh!
You underestimate me, March. That's very dangerous.
No comment. The guy had fingers like a steel trap. I felt my face puffing out like a balloon. Specks of assorted colors danced in front of my eyes. Somehow I got my knee under him. Before I could even catch my breath, he was flying through the air again. I stepped aside. He lay there groaning, still conscious. All right, Joseph. Come on, the plate period's over.
You'll get nothing out of me, March. You're wasting your breath.
Yeah, it's a nice hunk of concrete you got for a head, Pally. I'd like to see if a gun butt can soften it up. Now, where's Gus Hannon?
Why don't you crawl in a hole?
I saw Gus with you right here in this room.
I don't know what you're talking about. And if you know what's good for you, March, you'll forget all about Gus Hannon.
Sorry, Joe. I don't know what's good for me. That's why I'm a private eye. Now, this is your last chance before I go to work on you.
You ought to know by now I'll die before going back on Madam.
I hate to repay such loyalty like this, but I'm afraid you're going to get hurt, my friend.
You got it all wrong, March. Just how wrong you're going to find out right now.
Stand by for Space Barton.